Same subject, same total hours, same exam. One result, adequate. One result, exceptional. And if you looked at their study sessions from the outside, you would bet on the wrong one every single time. Sam is not less intelligent than Jordan. Sam is not less motivated. Sam is not studying less. Sam is studying wrong. Specifically, Sam is using the methods that feel productive, that look productive, and that produce almost no actual retention. And nobody told him, not his teachers, not his university, not any of the productivity content he has consumed. By the end of this video, you will know exactly what Jordan knows. The 5-pillar learning method the top 1% use, with specific daily implementation for every single pillar. And you will understand why ignoring even one of the 5 keeps you permanently in Sam's position, regardless of how hard you work. Stay with me. In 2013, researchers John Dunlosky and colleagues at Kent State University published what is now considered the most comprehensive review of study technique effectiveness ever conducted. They evaluated 10 of the most widely used study methods across hundreds of individual studies. What they found should be taught in every school on earth. It is not. The methods that feel the most productive, highlighting, rereading, summarizing, have the lowest actual impact on learning and retention. The methods that feel the most uncomfortable, practice testing under pressure, distributing sessions over time, have the highest. This inverse relationship between perceived effort and actual effectiveness is the core reason the 99% stay stuck. They optimize for comfort. The 1% optimize for results. You have been told to work hard. You have not been told to work in the direction the biology actually goes. The top 1% figured this out and built a system around it. 5 pillars, all evidence-based, all implementable today, starting with the one that produces the most dramatic, immediate result. Pillar 1, retrieval practice, the single highest utility study method in the entire scientific literature, not because it feels good, because of what it does to the neural encoding process at a biological level. The testing effect, Roediger and Karpik, Washington University, 2006. Students who used retrieval practice retained 50% more information after 1 week than students who studied the same material through rereading, using less total study time. The key insight is counterintuitive. The moment of not remembering, the uncomfortable stretch before the answer comes, is not a sign of failure. It is the precise moment the neural encoding is happening. Scientists call this the generation effect. The harder your brain works to pull information out, the deeper it gets pressed in. Difficulty is the mechanism, not the obstacle. Rereading. 1 week retention, 41%. Retrieval practice. 1 week retention, 91%. Method 1, retrieval practice. Close the book, pull it out. That struggle is the learning. After every 25-minute study block, close all materials, blank page or voice recording. Retrieve everything you can from memory without checking. What you cannot retrieve equals your next session's focus. Science. Testing effect, Roediger and Karpik, 2006. Generation effect, Slameka and Graf, 1978. 50% plus greater retention with less total study time. Timing, 5 minutes per 25-minute block, daily, every session. Pillar 1 is active, but retrieval alone has a vulnerability. Your brain will still delete even hard-won memories if you do not address the timing of your reviews. Pillar 2 is the fix. Pillar 2, distributed practice, more commonly known as spaced repetition. the second highest utility method in the Dunlosky review, and the one that, combined with retrieval practice, produces what researchers call a compounding retention effect that no other combination of methods can match. The Ebbinghaus spacing effect, Hermann Ebbinghaus, 1885. Reviewing material at strategically increasing intervals reduces total study time by up to 60%, while increasing long-term retention by up to 200% compared to massed practice. Cramming. The optimal spacing intervals from the research. Review after 1 day, then 3 days, then 7 days, then 14 days, then 30 days. After 5 spaced reviews, the memory is essentially permanent. Apps like Anki automate these intervals using the SM2 algorithm. You never need to calculate them manually. You show up for 15 minutes daily. The algorithm does the scheduling. Method 2. Distributed practice. Space the reviews. Let the concrete set between floors. Download Anki free. Convert all study material into question and answer flashcards. Review due cards for 15 minutes every morning before anything else. Trust the algorithm. It schedules each card at the precise, optimal interval. Science. Spacing effect. Ebbinghaus, 1885. Cepeda et al., 2006. Optimal spacing doubles long-term retention versus massed practice. SM2. Algorithm, Wozniak, 1985. Timing, 15 minutes daily. Every morning, non-negotiable. 2 pillars active. Retrieval builds the pathway. Spacing makes it permanent. But both of these work on individual pieces of information. Pillar 3 is what connects everything into a network that makes forgetting structurally impossible. Pillar 3, elaborative interrogation, the practice of actively asking why and how about new information and connecting it to what you already know. This is the difference between someone who has memorized a fact and someone who truly understands it, and the difference between a neural network that is robust under pressure and one that collapses at the first unfamiliar question. The elaboration principle, Chi et al., 1994. Students who explained material to themselves in their own words, connecting it to prior knowledge, showed significantly deeper understanding and dramatically higher transfer to novel problems than students who studied without self-explanation. The 4 elaboration questions apply to every key concept. Q1. Why does this work this way? Q2. Where have I seen this before in my own experience? Q3. How does this connect to something I already know well? Q4. What would change if this concept were reversed or removed? Method 3. Elaborative interrogation. Don't just learn it. Understand why it exists. After every retrieval attempt, spend 5 minutes on the 4 questions for the hardest concept of that session. Answer minimum 2 questions. All 4 builds a deletion-proof network. Science. Elaborative interrogation. Presley et al., 1992. Self-explanation effect, Chi et al., 1994, connects new information to existing schema, dramatically increases transfer and long-term access. Timing, 5 minutes per study session, always after retrieval, never before. 3 pillars. The encoding is deep, the timing is optimized, the network is forming. But all 3 of these work on individual study sessions. Pillar 4 is the method that determines how you structure multiple sessions, and it is the most counterintuitive of all 5. Here is the part of this video that will most directly contradict what feels right to you, and it is backed by some of the most consistent findings in the entire field of educational psychology. Cornell and Bjork, UCLA, 2008. Students using interleaved practice scored 43% higher on final tests than students using blocked practice, despite performing worse on immediate practice tests during the learning sessions. The difficulty of interleaving is the mechanism of its effectiveness. Blocked practice builds familiarity with individual topics in isolation. Interleaved practice builds discriminative skill, the ability to identify which knowledge applies in which context. Real examinations are interleaved. Real professional problems are interleaved. Real life is interleaved. Blocked practice prepares you for a world that does not exist. Method 4. Interleaving mix the topics. The confusion is the point. Redesign every study session to rotate between subjects every 20 to 25 minutes. Use a timer. Do not finish a topic before switching. The discomfort of the mid-topic switch is the discriminative learning happening in real time. Science. Interleaving effect. Cornell and Bjork, 2008. Rohrer and Taylor, 2007. Interleaved practice produces 43 to 76% better performance on delayed tests versus blocked practice. Robert Bjork, Desirable Difficulties Framework. Timing. Built into every study session. Replace all blocked practice immediately. 4 pillars: retrieval, spacing, elaboration, interleaving. Your learning architecture is now operating at a level the 99% cannot access. But there is a 5th pillar, the one that amplifies every other pillar by directing your brain's consolidation system while you sleep. Pillar 5, sleep consolidation. And this is the pillar that most high performers, even the ones who knew about the first 4, consistently underestimate because it does not feel like a study technique. It feels like stopping work. Dr. Matthew Walker, Why We Sleep, 2017. Sleep is not a passive state. During slow wave and REM sleep, the hippocampus replays the day's learning events and transfers them to the neocortex for long-term storage. A single night of adequate sleep after a study session can improve memory consolidation by up to 40%. A single night under 6 hours reduces next-day cognitive performance by 25%. But sleep consolidation can be actively directed, not just passively hoped for. Research by Robert Stickgold at Harvard shows that brief journaling before sleep, specifically reviewing what was hardest and what needs reinforcement, directs the hippocampus toward which memories to prioritize during consolidation. You are not just sleeping. You are giving the brain its overnight processing instructions. Method 5, sleep consolidation. The study session that runs while you are unconscious, 3 minutes before sleep every night. Write 1. What you studied today. 2. The hardest concept encountered. 3. One connection made to prior knowledge. Then sleep for 7 to 9 hours. No screens for 30 minutes before sleep. Science. Walker, 2017. Sleep improves memory consolidation by up to 40%. Stickgold, 2005. Directed pre-sleep review increases hippocampal prioritization of target memories. Diekelman and Bourne, 2010. REM sleep selectively strengthens emotional and schema-linked memories. Timing. 3 minutes of journaling plus 7 to 9 hours of sleep every night, non-negotiable. 5 pillars. The system is complete. Now here's what it looks like when all 5 run together in a single day, and what the gap between 1 year on this system versus 1 year without it actually looks like in a human life. Here is the mathematics of learning method quality. A 1% daily improvement in retention efficiency compounds to a 37 times improvement over 1 year. A daily study method that produces 85% retention versus one that produces 6% retention does not create a 14 times advantage. It creates a compounding gap that widens every single day until the two people are operating in completely different realities. The difference between Jordan and Sam is not intelligence. It is not work ethic. It is the method. And the method is entirely learnable, entirely implementable, and entirely available to Sam from this moment forward. The only question is whether Sam uses it. The gap is real. The gap compounds. And the gap closes the moment you implement the system, which means the only remaining question is, when do you start? The complete 5-pillar learning method, full delivery. Your complete daily schedule. The 1% learning day. Total active daily investment. Anki, 15 minutes plus. Study blocks, 90 minutes plus journal 3 minutes equals approximately 110 minutes. Passive study, 6 hours per day, 6% retained after 1 week. 5-pillar method, 110 minutes per day, 85% plus retained after 30 days. That is the complete system. 5 pillars, 1 daily implementation, 110 minutes of structured learning that outperforms 6 hours of passive study by every metric the science tracks. That is the promise, delivered in full. The method is now yours. The only question left is the most important one, and the answer to it will determine everything. Sam does not need to be smarter. He does not need more hours. He does not need better circumstances or more motivation or a different brain. He needs a different method, and he now has one. The top 1% of learners are not operating on different hardware. They are not born with photographic memories or extraordinary concentration. They discovered through trial and error, through research, or through rare teachers, that the method of learning matters more than the volume of it. And then they built a system around that discovery and refused to study any other way. The 1% do not study more. They study in the direction the biology goes. Share this with one person who is working harder than their results suggest they should be. Subscribe for more of this every week, and tell me in the comments, which of the 5 pillars are you implementing first? I read every single one. See you in the next video.